All right, burgeoning viewers, one quick note for you. A subscriber a day in October. If we hit 31 subscribers in 31 days, one lucky subscriber will walk away with the entire Modern Horizons art card series. Additionally, a comment a day. Any subscriber that leaves a comment in every video posted by MTG Burgeoning during the month of October will become eligible for the November Pack Wars. On November 1st, a list of all subscribers that left a comment on every MTG Burgeoning video during the month of October will be compiled, and from this list, one subscriber will be randomly chosen to participate in the November Pack Wars. So hope for peace, but prepare for war. This is MTG Burgeoning, and this is an EDH Commander Top 10 list of the most played cards from original Zendikar. Welcome and thank you for returning, MTG Burgeoning community. And if you're not part of the community, there's something very simple you can do to remedy that. Just click that subscribe button right down below and join us. Become part of the burgeoning movement. All right, now that we got the plug out of the way, let's get down to the top 10 cards from Zendikar that are played in EDH Commander. And as always, this information is derived straight from edhrec.com, and this list does not include lands and does not include any reprints. This top 10 list is comprised of original printed cards from Zendikar and are not lands. Let's begin. Number 10, Eldrazi Monument. This mythic rare costs 5. It's an artifact, and creatures we control get +1/+1, have flying, and indestructible. And at the beginning of our upkeep, we have to sacrifice a creature, and if we can't, we sacrifice Eldrazi Monument. A great artifact to add to any kind of token build. Eldrazi Monument, pretty good number 10. Not bad when number 10 comes in, and it's a mythic. That's pretty good, and honestly speaking, we're not going to see too many more mythics in this top 10. Surprisingly, we're going to see the vast majority of other cards are going to be, of course, in the rare range, but we're going to have our share of commons too. So here is number 9, Spell Pierce. This common instant for 1 blue, counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2. And you can trust me, you can believe me that it pains Burgeoning here to include a counter spell in a top 10 of anything. Ugh. Let's just get it on the mat right now. Number 9, counter spell. We'll just put it right there. That's just the way the cookie crumbles for this top 10. Number 8. Another common. This one is an enchantment. 1 in a green with the landfall mechanic. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under our control, we may put a quest counter on Colony Heart Expedition. We remove 3 quest counters from this enchantment and sacrifice it, and we search our library for up to 2 basic land cards and put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. So this is kind of, we're building up to get some more lands in play, and we're playing lands anyways, and in landfall strategies, that's a pretty good card, particularly if you can recur that and keep getting it out onto the battlefield, maybe with an Eternal Witness or a Regrowth or something. All right, so we're moving on down to number 7, Lotus Cobra. 1 in a green, this 2/1 snake has the landfall mechanic that says, whenever a land enters the battlefield under our control, we may add 1 mana of any color to our mana pool. Lotus Cobra, reprinted in Zendikar Rising. And at the time of the filming of this video, is the most valuable rare of the entire set. Rounding out our bottom 5, we shift the color scale the opposite direction, and we have Day of Judgment. 2 and 2 white. This sorcery only has 3 words: destroy all creatures. Not as powerful as a Damnation or a Wrath of God, because they do not include and they can't be regenerated disclaimer, but regeneration, not a hugely popular mechanic. So Day of Judgment coming in at number 6 as a pretty good board wipe, 2 and 2 white. That brings us to our top 5. All right, folks, here we go. Number 5. Rite of Replication. For 2 and 2 blue, this rare sorcery says we put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of target creature. Hang on, it doesn't stop there, folks. With a kicker of 5, we put 5 of those tokens onto the battlefield instead. So for 7 and 2 blue, we target a creature and put 5 token copies of that creature onto the battlefield under our control. Very, very powerful card. If you've seen this cast on some ridiculously powerful creatures with ETB abilities, and you know what Rite of Replication is, and surprisingly, I thought this would have been much closer to 1. I mean, 5 is respectable, but for a card this powerful, I definitely would have thought it'd be closer to number 1. And if you missed it, if you scroll down, you'll see that Burgeoning created a best creatures to target with a kicked Rite of Replication video. And that'll give you an idea of some of the ridiculous shenanigans Rite of Replication can pull off. All right, and we are moving to number 4. Oracle of Moldaya. 3 and a green, this 2/2 Elf Shaman is a rare. Allows us to play an additional land on each of our turns. We play with the top card of our library revealed, and we may play the top card of our library if it's a land card. Pretty good. I mean, Zendikar was more than a decade ago, and the first time Oracle of Moldaya was reprinted was in Jumpstart over this summer. Wow, can you believe that, folks? 2009, and it got its first reprint about 11 years later, and it's still a ridiculously expensive card. Oracle of Moldaya is number 4. Moving into the top 3, here is number 3, staying in the same color scheme. We have Beastmaster Ascension. 2 and a green, this enchantment says whenever a creature we control attacks, we may put a quest counter on Beastmaster Ascension, and as long as Beastmaster Ascension has 7 or more quest counters on it, creatures we control get +5/+5. So pretty simply put, amass a big army of tokens or tribes, humans, slivers, I don't know, merfolk. You can go a lot of different ways. With that, you just amass a huge army, drop down Beastmaster Ascension, tap out with all your creatures, and watch them become huge and knock opponents right out of the game. Beastmaster Ascension, number 3. Now we're down to the top 2. What are the top 2 most played cards in Commander from original Zendikar? Number 2, Rampaging Bailouts. 4 and 2 green, the 6/6 trampling beast has the landfall mechanic. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under our control, we may put a 4/4 green beast creature token onto the battlefield. Amazing card. I have this in so many different Commander decks, along with a lot of these other cards here. Rampaging Bailouts is just awesome. I can, off the top of my head, Yarok, the Desecrated, in my Yarok deck, he's amazing. In my Saskia Tokens deck, he's amazing. I can definitely understand Rampaging Bailouts securing the number 2 spot. And if you look real quick, 5 out of the 9 are all green. I know we're talking Zendikar, and it's a very land and mana rich world, but 5 out of the top 9 are all green, or 5 out of the bottom 9 are all green. So that brings us to number 1. What is the most played card in all of Commander from original Zendikar? It's a common. Expedition Map. This artifact costs 1 to cast. Tap 2, tap Expedition Map, and sacrifice it. Search our library for a land, reveal it, and put it into our hand. It doesn't say basic land. It doesn't say a land of a basic kind of type like forest or plains or mountain. It's just any land straight to our hand. 1 to cast, 2 to tap and sack. Any land right to our hand. Expedition Map, the most played card from original Zendikar in the wonderful format that is EDH Commander. And that's it, folks. This is another MTG Burgeoning Top 10 for Top 10's Day Wednesday. That's right, you knew I was going to slip the pun in. I was just waiting till the end. Broadside everyone with that bad boy. Folks, this is Burgeoning. Go forth. Enjoy your day. Want to become a Pack Wars combatant? 4 easy steps. Step number 1. Click on the link below in the description or go to www.buymeacoffee.com/MTGBurgeoning. Step number 2. Select either membership or support. Membership will enroll you into Pack Wars for $5 each month. Support will cost $5 for 1 month. Step number 3, complete payment information. The name you use will appear on the site. Use your real name, use your YouTube handle, or use no name at all and be anonymous. Be sure to include your email address in the information. Step number 4, most importantly, prepare for war.